Well, good afternoon and welcome. It's been a couple of weeks since I've reached out with our worship story for the week. I was on vacation, but we're back and we are in a new series, a 4-week series on the book of First John. We've spent a lot of time from Christmas through springtime in the book of the Gospel of John. And while the writers are probably not the same writer, the two books, John and First John, definitely speak to each other. We hear a lot of the same imagery and we hear a lot of the same concepts. So the first of those that I want to address is found in the first chapter. And the author and his companions are telling the story of how they have seen and heard and touched Jesus. And so what I want to do with that today is play. Yeah, I want to play. Let's play with some Play-Doh today. That seems like an odd thing, but bear with me. So I got some Play-Doh here. It's a pretty blue color. Play-Doh is very tangible, isn't it? We can touch it, we can stretch it, we can smell it. I'm sure there's some kids and some people out there who've tasted it, no doubt. But the point is it's real. It's real and it's in front of us and it's tangible. And this is the point that the writer is trying to make, that Jesus is real. Jesus comes to us as God made flesh. That Jesus comes to us as human and experiences humanity in the fullest sense of that word. Jesus joins us in our human experiences of joy and of love, but also of sadness and of hurt and of pain, the full spectrum. Well, why is that important? Well, I think so often we think of our faith as something that mostly matters after we die. That we do faith and engage in our faith because we want to be saved. We want to go to heaven when we die. And that's all fine and that's all true. We are saved and heaven is a reality for us. But the fact that Jesus comes to us in this life as one of us, experiencing the earthly emotions, says this life matters. This life counts for something. And so we're to live our lives in a certain way. And that brings us to the next point, or the next image, and that is the image of darkness and light. We heard that a lot in the Gospel of John, and that's something that continues in First John, that this world is dark. It is broken. There is the presence of evil. Darkness is sin. But Jesus comes to us as light that invades the darkness. There is no darkness in Jesus Christ. There is no darkness in God. And even one little bit of light breaks open the darkness. So that brings me back to the Play-Doh. Have you ever flattened Play-Doh like this and then put it on newsprint? And then the image rubs off on the Play-Doh, right? Have you tried that? We are to be that image that God molds us like we mold this Play-Doh. God molds us into God's image. And so to follow Jesus in this way is to also be light, to be images of that light, to reflect that light to those around us. And light, to live as a light, is to live in love. And that is another image and another idea that was very present in the Gospel of John, that we don't just speak true things about Jesus, but that we experience Jesus, and the experience of Jesus is love. And so the experience that we share with others is also love. So this week, let's go out and be light in the world. Let's share love and have some fun and play with some Play-Doh. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.